wait. Yeah, that's the order. So Greenwood first, then you, and then Cody will do Mallory, and then Greg Johnson will do
No matter what age your child is, you want the best for their future. What do they want to do after graduation? What career path do they want to take? These questions can be overwhelming. That's why you should ask them this question. What's your E? Seminole County Public Schools ePathway program is designed for your student to choose their own path in life from as many options as we can offer. Whether they're looking to enlist, enroll, or be employed, we're excited to help you and your child make it happen. Want them to enroll in a college or university? We'll help you find the best school for them to continue their education. Learn about grants and programs to help your child obtain their degree at a pace and a cost that works for you both. Are they looking to go straight into employment? Discover a variety of trades and skills that will propel their future. They can learn aviation maintenance, automotive repair, culinary arts, and more to hone their talents in growing industries. Is your child interested in enlistment? We'll help them find the right path of service, whether it's military, law enforcement, fire response, or EMS. They can serve the community while learning skills that will last a lifetime. What's your E? Explore options with ePathways by visiting us online at the link below.
What inspired me to get into engineering was Lego. So I started as a kid, as most kids do, working with Legos and just kind of doing your own thing, building the Lego sets, and I would often take apart my Lego sets, mix them together, and build something completely new. Then in about 4th grade, I was introduced to Lego robotics, which is where you have a actual robot that you could program, and you start with this brick, and that would feed information to Lego motors, and it would all communicate as a system, and you could do a lot of really cool robotic tasks with that. And that was really the start of me looking into engineering. The engineering I'm looking to pursue at first is mechanical engineering. This is what I'm going to go to UCF for, and this is going to be the start of my career. A mechanical engineer can really do anything. They work with a lot of thermodynamics and a lot of vibrations and really just anything that moves. So a lot of fields use mechanical engineering. I wanted to go past that and specialize into biomedical engineering, which is more along the lines of surgical robotics and medical machinery. I wanted to develop surgical robots, and with that I need to know exactly how the human body functions and how it functions with robotic systems. Essentially, I'll be able to design a system where a person will be able to communicate with a motor and hopefully improve their quality of life, whether this be through a surgical robot that a doctor is controlling, or whether it's prosthetic that's motorized.
I taught Josh his freshman year. He was so good with that inventor material. He picked up on it very quickly. He was ready to jump in and help other students, which I really, really appreciated. And he has carried those characteristics with him as he has moved through the program. And now with his journey moving forward in bioengineering, I can't wait to see what he's going to make with his knee brace and the orthotics that he's trying to produce.
The current prosthetic I'm looking at developing is a load-bearing knee brace in which I'm going to take a motor or servo and attach that to the knee, which will enable a person to be able to push past what their muscles currently are able to do, whether that be because of muscle fatigue or osteoarthritis in the kneecap where they're not able to put a lot of pressure on their knee. Current knee braces really only work when walking. There's still a lot of pain when there's extra forces being applied to the knee, such as walking upstairs or standing up from sitting down. Things you and I normally don't think about, but for someone that has severe arthritis in their knee, this is hugely painful.
The strongest advantages of project-based learning, that hands-on experience that allows you to manipulate that material, really solidifies in the brain exactly how those things work.
The thing I would say about this program where it exceeds the most is the more you use it, the more it'll benefit you.
It's weird my computer doesn't have the time up.
Nope, there we go.
Am I on? Good evening, everyone. If I could ask you to please take your seats, and we're going to get started. Thank you. I call to order the July 22nd, 2025 regular school board meeting. And this evening, I have the invocation and pledge of allegiance. So I thought I would start with a back-to-school poem, since we're right there, a couple of weeks, guys, by Shel Silverstein. I've rewatched every rerun. I have no skin on my knees. I've had it with the crickets, the sunburn, and the bees. I hiked around the woods and got peed on by a tree frog. My neighbor took me fishing. I got gang jumped by mosquitoes. I've been bitten, scratched, and stung, and the ball field is a sneeze. My controller went on strike, and I'm bouncing off the trees. Days no longer long, whisper time to move along. School is calling, no use stalling. Summer is summering, and it cannot be ignored. Should I follow? Might as well, I'm pretty bored. Thank you. If you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all very much. Please let the record reflect that Board Member Sanchez, Board Member Dellinger, Board Member Davis, Vice Chair Garrick, and myself are present, along with our wonderful superintendent, our board clerk, Jill, and Attorney Johnson, as we begin this meeting. Are there any acknowledgments this evening? No? Anyone from PTA here? No? Okay. Thank you. Superintendent, do you have any agenda modifications?
Yes, I do. The addendum for good cause is marked on our electronic agenda by a green flag named addendum item. And board members, I am pulling item 6AF, Winter Springs Fleet Facility Project, and that will be brought back to you at a different time.
Thank you very much. Board members, the roll call order this evening: Member Dellinger, Member Davis, Member Sanchez, Vice Chair Garrick, and then myself. Do you have any agenda modifications? Member Dellinger?
No, I don't.
Thank you very much. Member Davis?
No changes.
Thank you. Member Sanchez?
No modifications, thank you.
Vice Chair Garrick?
No modifications.
And
Chair.
I have no modifications. Thank you. I understand we have some RFPs too that we wanted to qualify.
There are two for related to the Sanford Middle project, and then two for South Seminole project.
Okay, and as I understand, Board Member Garrick, you'll handle the Sanford
Yes.
RFQs and RFPs, and Member Davis, you'll handle the Winter Springs projects. Is that correct? Okay, thank you. If you'll let the record reflect that. Okay, next up, approval of the agenda outline. Is there a motion to approve?
So
So
moved.
moved.
Autumn Dobby. I'll
Okay,
second
so
it.
Vice Chair, motions, okay. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Superintendent, do we have recognitions and presentations?
Yes, we do. We have a number. We'll start with the new principal of Greenwood Lakes Middle School, Miss Yashika Mims.
Okay, board members, if you'll join us.
Good evening, Board Chair, school board members, and Superintendent Beeman. It is with great excitement that I introduce the new principal of Greenwood Lakes Middle School, Mrs. Yashika Mims. Mrs. Mims earned a Bachelor of Science in Psychology with a minor in General Education from the University of Florida. She went on to receive a Master's of Arts in Teaching and Learning and an Educational Specialist degree in Educational Leadership at Nova Southeastern University. She began her career in education in 2004 as a social studies and reading teacher at Indian Trails Middle School. In 2014, she became the Dean of Students at Greenwood Lakes Middle School and later served as an assistant principal at Tuscaloosa Middle School. Now, in a meaningful full circle moment, she is returning to Greenwood Lakes as their principal. Joining her this evening is her husband, Nicholas Mims, her children, Mason and Bryson Mims, her parents, Harry and Beverly Edwards, her mother-in-law, Annette Mims, her sister and nephew, Jasmine Edwards and Jaden Sparks, members of the Tuscaloosa Middle School team, Principal Randy Schuler, and assistant principals Ryan Garrett and Cynthia Woods, and a host of friends who are like family. Congratulations.
All right, good evening, board members and Superintendent Beeman. This evening I have the pleasure to introduce the newest assistant principal at Lyman High School, Carly Marks. Carly was born and raised right here in Central Florida, graduating from the University of Central Florida with a bachelor's in athletic training. She went on to earn her master's in educational leadership from the American College of Education. Carly joined Seminole County Public Schools in the fall of 2014, and during her tenure at Lyman High School, she served as a licensed and certified athletic trainer, a teacher, an athletic director, dean, school administration manager, and now an assistant principal. As you see, joining here tonight is her 3-month-old son, Mason, along with her husband, Brandon Marks, parents, Janet and Ron Burns, and the principal of Lyman High School, Mr. Michael Hunter. Congratulations to Carly Marks.
Good evening, board members and Superintendent Beeman. It is my honor to introduce our new Assistant Superintendent for Student and School Success, Miss Mallory Lambert. Mallory Lambert holds a bachelor's degree in elementary education from the University of Central Florida and a master's degree in educational leadership from Stetson University. With 16 years of experience in education, she has served in a variety of impactful roles, including third grade teacher, instructional coach, assistant principal, and principal. Throughout her career, Mallory has been recognized for her dedication to excellence and student achievement. She was named Teacher of the Year for the 2011-12 school year, received the Closing the Gap Award in July 2022, and was honored as Principal of the Year for 23-24. Her leadership is marked by a consistent history of closing achievement gaps and driving positive academic outcomes for all students. Mallory brings a wealth of experience, a passion for educational equity, and a deep commitment to fostering inclusive and high-performing school communities. Joining her for this evening are her husband, Corey, son, Bryson, bonus daughters, Rebecca, Ryler, and Skylar, dad, Paul, stepmom, Janet, sister, Shay, godmother, mentor, Jocelyn, and many, many friends and colleagues who are joining her now.
You getting nervous? All right. Board members, Madam Superintendent, everyone in the audience, it's my pleasure to introduce the newest member of our legal services team, Attorney Calais Menard. Calais is an Orlando native who attended private and public school in Central Florida. She graduated from Olympia High School in Windermere, and after graduating, attended Florida State University, where she earned a Bachelor of Science in Political Science in 2012. Thereafter, Calais entered her first career and became a teacher for Orange County Public Schools prior to attending law school. After teaching for 3 years, Calais attended Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University in Orlando, where she received her Juris Doctor in 2020. While in law school, Calais interned at the State Attorney's Office for the Ninth Judicial Circuit and subsequently became a prosecutor after graduating. After gaining experience in criminal prosecution, she primarily spent her career in private practice, working as an associate attorney in defense firms. Her practice was focused on employment, personal injury matters, and homeowners insurance disputes. Calais is happily married. In fact, her husband, Carl, is probably pretty happy to hear. Has one child, I believe it's 6-year-old, and a dog, and enjoys spending time with her family and trying new restaurants, activities, and traveling. She is joined by her husband, Carl Menard. Please welcome.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, I need to go to dinner.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I know.
We'll give him just a minute. Okay, Superintendent. We're now up to focus on student achievement. Do we have a presentation?
Yes, we do. We have Dr. Cody, our Deputy Superintendent, and Sarah Borowski, our Coordinator in Assessment and Accountability, here to present on school grades.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Superintendent Beeman and board members. Good evening again. This evening's Focused on Student Achievement is an overview of Seminole County Public Schools 2025 school and district grades, and an opportunity to publicly acknowledge and celebrate the outstanding work that has been done by our students, teachers, administrators, staff, families, and community members. These achievements are not possible without the leadership of our student-focused school board and superintendent. As I hear you often say, SCPS is a family, and there is no better evidence of that than the significant student achievement accomplishments from the 24-25 school year. Superintendent Beeman reminds us that our primary responsibility is serving every student every day in every classroom, and that is key to achieving these results. After the data review, Ms. Borowski, Coordinator of Assessment and Accountability, will provide an update on the accountability formula for 25-26. You'll note there are some changes in the forecast. She'll also provide an overview of the 3 FLDOE progress monitoring assessments and a reminder of how parents can access their student scores. I have to say before I begin, thank you to Ms. Borowski, Caitlin Tripany, and Shengwei Zhu for their data analysis that is always student-focused. All right, once again, let's celebrate that SCPS is an A-rated, academically high-performing district as designated by the Florida Department of Education. Awesome work, everybody. And as a reminder, SCPS remains #1 in STEM education as recognized by Florida State University professor Dr. Paul Caudill. And Niche reported that parents and community members rated SCPS as the #1 district in Florida. So let's learn why SCPS is the best choice for educating our Seminole County children. It's important to document our continuous improvement from year to year, but also compare ourselves against our Central Florida districts, 14 largest districts, and all districts in the state. We should be very proud to see that SCPS maintained its first place ranking in Central Florida, second in the 14 largest districts, and this is a tremendous accomplishment when you move a system our size even 1 percentage point in the ranking. It's a lot. We moved from 12th to 10th overall in the state. Again, amazing work by our Seminole County family. And let's look at how this work was accomplished. The district is graded on 12 achievement components. In 2025, SCPS earned 818 points of a possible 1,200 for an A grade. SCPS improved the percentages of students scoring 3 plus on 11 of the 12 components, only dropping by 1 percentage point in math lower quartile learning gains. That's how you make continuous improvement for every student, every day, in every classroom. You're improving across all metrics. I'm sorry, but I get so proud of these things. This table displays each level's accountability performance with green cells indicating improvement. So now you see the improvements across every level, every cell. Elementary improved in 7 of their 8 cells, middle improved in 7 of their 9 cells, and high school improved in 7 of their 10 cells. Continuous improvement at all levels. For 24-25, 86% of SCPS schools received a grade of A or B. Elementary schools increased by 7% the number of schools earning A or B, from 29 in 2024 to 31 in 2025. While the total number of combined A and B graded schools remained the same for middle schools, listen to this. The number of A middle schools more than doubled, increasing from 4 schools in 24 to 9 in 2025. Middle school, we all know, it's hard. It's hard. High school also had an exceptional year. 1 additional high school earned a B in 2025, and the number of A schools remained the same, resulting in all SCPS high schools earning A or B. Outstanding work. As you know, we have our focus schools, and 2 of our focus schools increased from a C to a B grade, and 3 earned grades of Cs. It's important to remember that all of the students and staff worked extremely hard to prepare for PM3. We are looking forward to increases at all of these schools for the 25-26 school year. It's important that we particularly celebrate the accomplishments of the schools listed on this slide. You'll note that all of these schools earned A grades after working diligently and intentionally to improve student performance for several years. Please note, Hamilton Elementary School of Engineering earned their first A grade since the inception of the accountability system. That's just wonderful. Congratulations to all of these school staff, and in particular to Hamilton's principal, Mr. Adrian Fuller, and his team for earning the first A in Hamilton's history. And it's only the first of many. If you've been at Hamilton, you know this school is on the road to keep those A's. Many of you are familiar with these tables. This is our 5-year district ELA ranking, and the more ones we have, the better. So congratulations to elementary for maintaining #1 in ELA at all 3 grade levels in Central Florida and in the 14 largest districts, as well as ranking in the top 6 districts in the state of Florida. Middle school students earned 2 first-place rankings in ELA for Central Florida and top 3 in the 14 largest districts. Middle school rankings are in the top 12 at all grade levels when compared to the state. High schools are #1 in ELA in Central Florida and 14 largest districts, and ranked 8 out of 67 districts in 9th grade, and 3rd out of 67 districts in 10th grade. Our kids are ready, they're prepared, and thank you to board and our superintendent for supporting the work that it takes to see these achievement metrics. Let's look at math. I'm going to spend a bit more time on this slide because we received many questions about grade 5 and grade 8 math performance. In mathematics, we know that in Seminole County, we do what is best for students. And if they need and want to be accelerated, they are given the opportunity. The current state accountability model doesn't reflect accelerated students in math ranking data, resulting in some members of the public assuming our 5th and 8th grade math rankings are abysmal. We acknowledge we have a lot of work to do for those students who are taking the grade level 5 and 8 tests. That being said, interpreting data without knowledge and context leads to false conclusions. Look at grades 3, 4, and 6. They were first or second in Central Florida and in the 14 largest districts, as well as in the top 14 in the state. And here's why. Grade 5 represents 66% of 5th graders, with 34% of the highest performing math students enrolled in RAMP, our elementary acceleration course. These 5th grade students take the 6th grade test while enrolled in 5th grade. And 99% of the 5th grade students who took the 6th grade test earned passing scores of 3 or higher. These students deserve to be accelerated, and they've proven they can do the work. Grade 8 data represents 39% of 8th grade students because 61% of grade 8 students are in high school level algebra or geometry courses. Again, our highest performing math students are not taking their grade level tests. The middle school Algebra 1 pass rate is 85%, and the middle school geometry pass rate is 97%. So why do we accelerate, knowing our rankings will be lower? Because SCPS prioritizes students' needs. Overall, end of course and science rankings were positive. For science, grade 5 stayed the same in Central Florida, but declined slightly in the 14 largest and in the state. Grade 8 science remained number 1 in Central Florida and the 14 largest districts, and improved in the state ranking. Biology declines led to deeper analysis related to instruction and scheduling, resulting in 26 course-specific strategy opportunities that Mr. Rice has already put in place. End of course state rankings for civics, U.S. history, Algebra 1, and geometry improved for all 4 courses. We have to celebrate this one too. Students with disability is a passion for many of us in this room. The increased achievement for students with disabilities is unprecedented. At the elementary level, student achievement increased in every accountability cell. At middle school, there are increases in all but 2 math cells, and in high school, all but one math cell increased. Thank you to Amy Elwood and her team, our support facilitators, our outstanding teachers and administrators for taking on the challenge to improve achievement for all students. Thank you so much, Ms. Elwood and team. And Ms. Cardona and her team once again delivered on support for our English language learners. Elementary, middle, and high school ELL student achievement increased in all but 4 cells. And SCPS is number 1 in the state for having more than double the state percentage of English language proficient students on the WIDA Access for ELS test. Congratulations to our ESOL teachers and to Ms. Cardona and her team for being first in Florida. When you all say all, you all mean all. So let's talk about these students. Advanced placement performance and success is another SCPS strength. In 2024, at 7,522 students took 16,874 AP exams and earned a pass rate of 73%. Ms. Borowski just got back from the AP conference, and they're calculating the Florida and global pass rate, but we know we're above both, right, Sarah? We are above both. These data represent an increase of 108 students taking an exam and an increase of 777 exams. Those of you who have students in our school system or who have had students who have since graduated realize the tremendous amount of money these AP exams save families due to their college credit acceptance at many colleges and universities. Even more impressive is that SCPS is an open enrollment district. We welcome students who want the challenge. That means there are no barriers, like you have to have a certain grade or a recommendation from a teacher, and that every student takes the AP test. Obviously, our teachers are doing an outstanding job promoting accelerated opportunities for our students. Let's look at AP Pre-Calculus. This was a new course that was offered by AP in the 23-24 school year. And understandably, there were some hesitations about our students being prepared to participate. It's a very rigorous course, and they're expected to pass the AP Pre-Calculus exam. This year, 1,294 students were enrolled with an 86% pass rate, which is 3 percentage points higher than the first year. Again, great teachers and high expectations are a winning combination. To conclude our presentation, Ms. Borowski will provide important updates for the 25-26 accountability program, share fast progress monitoring details and dates, and remind parents how they can see their child's performance on Family Portal 2.0. Sarah?
Excellent. Thank you, Dr. Cody. Good evening, board members and Superintendent Beeman. One update to the accountability model is that due to statutory requirements, the percentage of points needed for high schools and the district to earn an A grade will increase in the 25-26 school year. For a Florida statute, if more than 75% of schools in a category earn an A or B in 1 year, the grading scale must adjust upward to the next highest percentage ending in a 0 or a 5. In 24-25, 82% of Florida high schools earn an A or B, triggering this adjustment, and as a result, the A grade threshold for next year for high schools is going to increase from 64% to 65%. That's a one percentage increase. Now, if we call attention to the B range, this is going to adjust from a 57 through 63% window to a 60 to 64% to earn a B. The additional grade bands are going to shift accordingly. Similarly, 77% of Florida combination schools earned an A or B in 24-25, which this affects the district grading scale. The district scale will now align with the combination school scale, also increasing the thresholds for each grade. As a point of context, SCPS earned 68% in 24-25 and will now be measured against this updated, more rigorous scale in 25-26. Now for several reminders regarding the FAST progress monitoring assessments. The FAST assessments are administered in English language arts from VPK through grade 10 and in math from grades K through grade 8, 3 times a year. These assessments are computer adaptive and measure the full scope of the grade level content for math and ELA. Results from PM1 and PM2 provide a snapshot of a student's progress towards meeting end-of-the-year grade level goals. It's important to keep in mind that the results from the fall and winter of PM1 and PM2 may show students performing below grade level. That is expected and completely normal, since students haven't yet been taught the full year's content. Just because a student scores below grade level on a PM1 or PM2 does not mean they're not on track. These results are not used for accountability purposes. They are purely informational. The results are used along with classroom activities to identify areas for additional instruction and support in mastering best benchmarks. It is the PM3 assessment that is used for school accountability. The window for PM1 opens in August. As I've mentioned, the PM1 provides the beginning of the year baseline score for teachers and schools to begin monitoring students' progress throughout the year. PM2 is taken in the winter and will provide a score reflecting growth from PM1, while it is the PM3 taken in May that serves as the summative measurement of student mastery for the year. Each school determines their exact dates for testing within these testing windows. For our parents and families, student results are available within 24 to 48 hours of a student completing their assessment on the state family portal. The family brochure shown is available on our district website and provides information on how to access their student results. The easiest way to access these results is by logging into Skyward and clicking on district links in the top right-hand corner. After logging in, families will be able to see the all subject page, which is displayed as a sample. They'll be able to see the student's overall scale score and achievement level for tests that have been taken, as well as a chart indicating the student's scale score and where it falls in the achievement level. For each test, there are 2 clickable buttons, which they will be able to see to view detailed report, where families can access additional information about their students' results, and the option to download a detailed report. Families may also see scores from previous years. Then when a family member clicks on the View Detailed Report button, it opens up to the page shown above. There are 5 tabs that families will be able to have access to, and this includes a tab that indicates additional resources on how to help your student, and a tab that shows how the student's performance has progressed over time. And then finally, for the most comprehensive information that families should download is the detailed report. It reflects overall performance, how your student's score compares to the district and state, and more detailed information on the different academic areas covered by the tests.
Thank you, Ms. Borowski. Thank you, Superintendent Beeman and board members, as I said, for your ongoing support. You're in our schools every day just about. You know what's happening, and that's reflected in those very difficult decisions you have to make on a regular basis.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Board members, do you have any questions? Member Dellinger, comments? Member Davis?
No, thank you.
Member Sanchez?
I just wanted to say thank you so much for everything you guys do, and of course to our fabulous students, teachers, faculty, families. Couldn't do it without them, and for all their dedication and hard work, and for all those kids out there right now that are still reading and doing all their work that they're doing too right now. So we appreciate everybody. Thank you.
Vice Chair?
I'm so excited for the growth that has happened across the district. I know it was intentional. Thank you, Superintendent Beeman, for your vision, for your leadership, making sure that we focus on every single kid, but looking specifically for those students that face challenges. I couldn't be more proud to represent this district. And kudos again to Assistant Superintendent Faison, Assistant Superintendent Elwood, and of course Director Cardona. I mean, those students with disabilities, middle school, and English language learner gains are just outstanding. Dr. Cody, thank you for your transparency and providing context and knowledge. There's always work to do, and now we know that we will look for guidance and ideas as to where we will focus moving forward. And thank you, Assistant Superintendent Rice, for already looking forward to how we're going to make some changes in biology and help our kids become more successful.
And a little bit of concern about the letter grades going up and what that's going to look like. I understand we have to embrace change, but we'll keep a close eye on it. And I echo all of Vice Chair's sentiments as well. Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
It's now time for public comments. Vice Chair, do you have the statement, please?
I do.
Thank you.
The purpose of the public participation segments of the board meeting is to allow the public to address matters within the board's jurisdiction and not to resolve individual grievances or disputes. Public comments related to education, the board agenda, and the district are welcome and encouraged, but public comment segments are not forums to engage in personal attacks against school system employees or board members. To maintain orderly conduct, the public comment segments of the meeting may not be used as open forums to discuss matters unrelated to education, to support or oppose candidates for public office, including presentation of political and/or campaign issues, announcing candidacy and/or campaigning, or to engage in commercial speech attempting to sell a service or product to the board or the public. Nor are they forums to address matters involving disciplinary actions of any kind, pending complaints, claims, or litigation against the district or district personnel. Public comment segments durations are as follows. Agenda items limited to 3 minutes. One group representative speaking on a proposition, maximum of 6 minutes. Speaker must remain on topic for agenda item proposition. Non-agenda items limited to 2 minutes. Speakers shall direct their comments only to the board and may not address the audience or other speakers. No speaker may yield his or her time to any other person. Generally, substitutions of speakers will not be allowed.
Thank you very much. And currently, I only have one speaker. Agenda item, Ms. Nina Sandberg.
I'm Nina Sandberg. I would like to discuss the board's policies regarding public participation at board meetings. It was unethical, malicious, and disrespectful towards the citizens for the school board to change non-agenda public comment time from 3 minutes to 2 minutes. Citizens are supposed to have 3 minutes, which is 380 words, to explain their problems to the board. And the board is supposed to listen to what the citizens have to say, as they are paying your salaries. The citizens are paying the salaries of all of the employees in this school district. It is your job as board members to listen to public comment and to take it seriously. It is supposed to be 3 minutes, and I don't care that a rude woman abused public comment for 2 years straight. I don't care that an LGBTQ+ activist group abused public comment one single time. The board was still supposed to respect the public comment time of all of the other citizens. It is concerning that the district is making it very, very difficult for the citizens to review the agendas for the board meetings and the agenda items. I brought up tonight's agenda item regarding proposed amendments to policy 0169.1, public participation at board meetings. And it does not tell the public what it is that you intend to do. It is a mystery. In addition, I could not bring up tonight's agenda under agendas and meetings. It was hidden somewhere else, and it is very, very hard to find things. There is a giant lack of transparency, and there is a giant lack of respect for the rights of the citizens as well. It is not clear what you are intending to do to policy 2460 regarding exceptional student education either. I brought that up on my phone as well. You seem to be hiding a lot of information to prevent the public from reading it and to prevent the public from having an opinion and telling you their opinion on it before you pass these agenda items. You need to be more transparent. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That concludes public comment agenda items. It's now time for general board comments, not committee reports. Member Dellinger?
Thank you, Thank you very much. I wanted to take a moment to thank the parents and staff members, people in the public who joined us in advocating with legislators to maintain the weighted funding for AP, IB, dual enrollment, and CTE courses. This advocacy by parents and students resulted in the decision by our legislators to maintain this funding. The impact of losing this funding would have cost more than $17 million, and most importantly, lost opportunities for our students whose outstanding achievements were highlighted in the Focused on Student Achievement presentation. We will continue advocating for our public school students, and we appreciate the incredible support from our parents and our business community that really rallied to support the school district and the students. Also, a large group attended the Teacher of the Year Gala last Friday, and we went to celebrate our Teacher of the Year, Bailey Hawker, who's just an incredible and amazing teacher. I'd like to thank Jean Van Smith and the foundation for supporting this event. It was wonderful and uplifting, and I've had the great fortune to be able to attend it many times in the past. And every time I come away thinking, we just have incredible people working for our students in our public schools. And once again, all of the folks that had comments, all the videos about students and teachers was just heartwarming and overwhelming, and it's very apparent that these children are being impacted greatly by these teachers. So it also reinforces to me the critical impact that public school teachers have on their students and their families. And as the Florida Teacher of the Year stated, teachers are difference makers, and they encourage and support their students to be difference makers too. He has a little fist bump that he gives them, and they spray that difference making everywhere. It's wonderful. I'd also like to thank Superintendent Beeman and the leadership team for an outstanding leadership conference. I won't say everything about it because I know other board members want to do that, but I do want to say a couple of things. It was wonderful to be able to congratulate principals, assistant principals, SAMs, and other personnel, and it was a lot of fun too, Dr. Cody. I did take notes. I still take notes with pencil and paper. And a couple of things struck me as significant, and I just thought it really helped me think about what I want to focus on in the upcoming year. First, we were reminded that our former superintendent, Dr. Haggerty, his words, "We are here to serve children and everything else is secondary." This is our purpose. Also, teachers are learning architects. I thought that was a great way of putting it. Their work is of utmost importance. What happens in their classrooms impacts children's lives. And we all have a duty and responsibility to have a growth mindset. Our values and culture lead to innovation. In my experience, SCPS has always been an innovative organization. The Seminole Association of School Administrators President, Artrenice Wright, with whom I had the privilege of working a few years ago, reminded us that the data is the artifact of our work. I'd never thought of it like that, but it is. I can't think of a truer observation. We always must use these artifacts to guide our work as we move forward. And finally, Ms. Beeman, your vision on deepening connections with intentionality is critical to the continued success of our students. Relationships and connections are the foundation of the mission of Seminole County Public Schools, which is to ensure that all students require the knowledge, skills, and attitudes to become productive citizens, not only of our county, but of our country. So this leadership experience really motivated me and was very impactful, and so I'd like to thank you for that opportunity. That's all I have for now.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dellinger. Member Davis, do you have any comments?
I do. I agree with everything that Ms. Dellinger said. I just want to remind everyone that we're starting a new year. This is the opportunity to motivate these kids, to get them excited about school. When they come and they just sit there, they don't learn. And we have great teachers that do that. You know, our administrators do that. And the public does it. We have to be strong on that in motivating these kids. Because if they don't want to learn, they're not going to learn as well, if it's forced. I see a lot of teachers, you know, when the students come through the door, they're like, hey, Mikey, you know, and they get them all excited. We need to remember that we're the example. If you know, we're, you know, not in a great mood, then we have to pretend to be, because these kids rely on us. So be kind to each other and motivate our kids. And I'm really excited about a new year.
Thank you very much. Member Sanchez.
Thank you guys so much for both of your speeches. Also remember, this is schools getting ready to start. Some of our children and teachers, as well as faculty, may not have supplies that they may need. So if you see any items at the store and they're buy one, get one, or you see some extra items on their wish list, if you could pick them up or help a family, that would be great. Our schools, our teachers could use that extra support, and so could the students. I know I'm doing a couple back to school drives with a couple different city commissioners throughout the county, and then some in different homeowners associations. One I happen to be doing on July 29th from 6 to 8 at the Black Hammock, and that one is with Winter Springs City Commissioner Mark Caruso from 6 to 8, and afterwards you get to see some live gators. So if you have any items you want to bring, or if you need some supplies, we're going to have supplies there for you as well. So hope you can make it for that. Wanted to share that October 11th is our base camp, which is basecamp.org. It's an organization that I'm executive board member on, and it's our cancer foundation for pediatric Central Florida children with cancer. And it's for our children locally, and we raise funds for our children here to help those families and our children that are going through cancer, as well as their families. We have nights out. If you want to donate any items, if you want to even donate some time to our facility off of Wymore, where you can come and help watch children on a Friday or a Saturday night so the parents can have a night out, we'd love that. John Gillen from the Seminole State and Sheriff Lima will be our MCs for the evening. So, and if you want to buy a table as well, we're selling tables for that event, or just come to the gala as well. Parks Foundation, that is another one that I serve on. That's our recreational parks, trails, all the different facilities that we have throughout the county. And this nonprofit organization is really helping our playground equipment, as well as our beautification of our wonderful parks that we have throughout Central Florida, or Seminole County, should I say. And we are still looking for more volunteers and committees, people that want to donate benches, memorial benches, rocks. If you're interested in doing a memorial bench for one of your loved ones and have it placed in one of the parks, we're looking and doing different things like that as well. Wanted to let you know that the Ritz Theater camps, we're wrapping up our last one for our senior students, which are the kids from 6th to 8th grade right now, and it's been extremely successful. I wanted to also let everyone know not to forget that the State of Our Schools is coming up. That is done by our Seminole Chamber. So if you didn't get your ticket yet, that is, and Superintendent Beeman, as well as some of the other leadership team, will be discussing our amazing school year and things that we have going on for the school year. And that's from 11:30 to 1:30. And if you haven't, like I said, had a chance to get your ticket, from my understanding, they're selling out pretty fast. So that's at the Orlando Marriott. Am I correct, at Orlando Marriott? And then I wanted to mention that DJ Markey, you rocked it. So I just wanted to make sure you knew that. Dr. Mullins over there, he was our DJ for the Superintendent Leadership Conference, and besides everybody else rocking it too, but you know, you really got our our blood moving and, you know, dancing with everybody. We all had a great time doing that. And it's all about positivity. And like they said, we're going to have a great year. But remember, a lot of our children, I mean, some of us have been in the classroom for so many years and have seen some different things go through our children's lives, or you have seen things go through children's lives and families and different things that have happened. Keep that in mind and be patient with everyone and help each other out as much as possible and help our teachers as much as possible, as well as our faculty. And remember, communication is the key. We don't know what we don't know if you don't communicate with us, as well as our teachers. Of course, you know the protocol. You first reach out to the teacher, then you reach out, if you continue a couple times to reach out to the teacher, and then you go from there, administration, so on and so forth. But always communicate with your teacher immediately as soon as possible, especially with school starting right around the corner. I wanted to make sure everybody knew that. Also wanted to mention that today's work session was excellent. Appreciated the public hearing, also with our information for our budget and everything that went on with that, our tentative budget and millage rates. That is also on our website. So if you're not familiar with everything that was going on and you weren't here at 5:05 to see the presentation with that with our wonderful CFO, then please go and look on our website for that from our work session. Also from our lobbyists, legislative lobbyists, Allie Libby Schoonover. They did an update on our legislative priorities, discussion and funding update. Very informative. And a lot of things have changed. Remember, our session lasted 108 days longer than it usually does. So there were quite a few changes. Probably like Dr. Dellinger said, you know, going up to Tallahassee, you saw a lot, just like I did. It was definitely probably the most intense session I've ever been to, and I know you felt the same way. A lot of us did. So it was quite interesting. Also, don't forget, in this boardroom tomorrow night, VPK night, 5 o'clock and 6:15, but there's things every night here. If you just go to Seminole County website, on our Seminole County Public School website, you'll see all the wonderful events, or if you're on Facebook, just go to Seminole County Facebook page, public school Facebook page, and you'll see different things. There's 5 to 6:15 here in the district boardroom. That's info night for the VPK students. So if you're interested in that. Also, I just wanted to do a little info on the Student Conduct and Code Manual, or the book. I know many of you know dress codes, and make sure you have a chance to look over it before you buy or send your child to school. And the teachers and everybody and faculty all are aware cell phone usages and stuff like that, and cell phones are not to be out during class time unless, of course, the teacher is asking for them. But a lot of kids don't even have cell phones. Not all students have them, is what I want people to realize. Not every child has that ability to have one. And then I wanted to mention that Allie's Hope, Wandra Higgins is coming back again. Thank you, Assistant Superintendent Mike Rice, for helping with that as well, and continuing that with Lyman and Winter Springs. And I know other schools are still continuing to help that program grow. The more students that we can help with mental health, the better. Wandra Higgins is amazing. And she has been, this is our second year doing it, so if you want to help her with her class supply list, they can all use a bunch of different things. And other than that, I think I'm done with my regular.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Vice Chair?
I wanted to piggyback a bit on what Dr. Dellinger was initially talking about with advocacy for our advanced classes. I want to say a special shout out to our PTAs who organized and made sure that our legislators heard parents' voices. It is not too early to join PTAs for this coming year. There are links up on almost every school's website. I've had the opportunity to join a couple. You can be a parent, you can be a family member, you can be a community member, and it's a great way to find out what is going on in day to day in our local schools. So you do not have to be intricately involved, but just having your support by keeping up with the activities is a great way to show your support for local schools. I also had the chance to go to a Wicklow fundraiser. I want to say thank you to Hollerbox in downtown Sanford. We have so many tremendous partners throughout the district, goes to building those deeper connections, whether it's folks holding school supply drives for teachers or for students or people volunteering to work with our kids. It is really the heart of our community, our schools and education. I'm so glad that it is a focus of the entire community, not just SCPS. Last evening, we got to see the Unity Youth Association. They had a summer-long learning and adventure experience, one more great resource in our community. I know that we've had Parks and Rec throughout the county have summer learning camps as well, and we truly appreciate those partnerships. I wanted to say a special thank you to Assistant Superintendent Mike Rice and all of the high school principals for a phenomenal summer graduation experience. It is our goal to make sure that every single student graduates with a meaningful diploma. And so we do our very best to give them that opportunity. And it's especially touching to see students that had to put in some extra work, but they proved that they were resilient and understood the value long-term of a diploma. So that was a great experience, and thank you to Winter Springs High School for hosting. And finally, going back to the Superintendent's Leadership Conference, another exceptional, it's all good. It is I promise this is the last thing I will be commenting on. But I wanted to say, it's always exciting to meet new leaders and to connect with people throughout the district. But for me, one of the most meaningful parts of the day are the Closing the Gap Awards. I want to say thank you, Superintendent, for always making sure that we focus on the most vulnerable students throughout the district. And so I would like to say again, congratulations to Spring Lake Elementary, Teague Middle School, Bentley Elementary, and Seminole High School for the exceptional work. Seminole High School, 4,000 students in that school, the most diverse population of any school in our district and one of the largest in the entire country. Their metrics, whether everything from attendance to behavior to lowest quartile math gains to our top IB students, every single category improved. And yep, they went from a C to a B, but when I called one of their assistant principals to say thank you, she said, you know, we were just 2 points from the A. And so they've got their eye on the prize for next year, and that's the kind of commitment and dedication that I know each of our educators and staff pour into our students each and every day, and it comes from the top down. So thank you very much, Superintendent Beeman.
Thank you for those comments. Boy, it's hard to follow all of this this happy work. I too left the leadership conference just feeling joyful. The connection that Dr. Gard-Harrell made with Apple and our partnerships as we move forward, I think, is invaluable. The speeches were phenomenal. And I'd like to shout out Dr. Connie Collins, who I know her personally. She was principal at Crooms for a while with my son, for closing the achievement gap. Good job to all of you. To our district administrators, to our principals, I hope that you took a little time for refreshing, regrouping. You owe it to yourselves, to your teams, and I hope that you had some time to do that. I too want to thank Mr. Gaffney and Winter Springs High for hosting summer graduation. It was phenomenal. 80 students, I think, crossed the finish line. So good job, people. And finally, we were just informed from Ms. Mills, who is the president of Florida PTA, that they have joined a lawsuit against the Federal Department of Education relating to funding. I'm sure there'll be many more lawsuits coming. I've heard our state might also, I don't know, because we're working with a lot of unknowns, but we're going to continue doing the good work, keep our people employed, and move forward to do what's right for our kids. So that concludes my non-committee comments. We're now up to the consent agenda, Superintendent. You have a recommendation.
That the consent agenda be approved as presented.
So moved.
Member Sanchez, is there a second? Member Davis, is there any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. And I'm sorry, what was the item that we pulled? It was C? AF, I'm sorry, okay. And that'll come back to us.
Yes.
I was going to mark that to keep track of it. Okay. Okay. Superintendent, do you have a recommendation regarding student discipline?
We do not have any discipline matters.
The dates are not listed. I don't have. Okay.
I believe it was in book 3. Is that correct?
Chair, the recommendation will be that the School Board of Seminole County approve the student disciplinary recommendations from June 9th, 2025 and June 19, 2025.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Member Davis, second by Dr. Dellinger. Any discussion? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. No unfinished, no new business. Superintendent, do you have a report?
I do, and it is read-only and is included in the book, but as part of the report, Captain Shaw would like to come up and provide the quarterly school safety report.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. So again, good evening, Superintendent Beeman, Chair Kraus, and rest of board members. Before I give my report, it's very brief, but I just want to say I'm so happy to be a part of this team and what you all have done. I sit here and listen to these things. Most of it, I guess, got to admit, goes over my head, but I do understand two distinctions, being A-rated district and being an academically high-performing district. So congrats to you all for what you do, and I think that's what makes Seminole County different. As I travel around, I see these different districts, and I actually get to look behind the wall, and I see what you all do and what they all put forth in the effort. Things just don't happen. They have to be intentional, and you guys are intentional and deliberate about what you do, and it's noticed from even laymen. So just want to put that out there. Thank you all for what you do. As far as our compliance, quarterly, the Department of Education Office of Safe Schools will provide a statistical report for compliance visits conducted in Seminole County schools, as required by Florida Statute 1006.07. The school safety specialist must provide the superintendent and the school board at least quarterly any non-compliance by the school district with laws or rules regarding school safety. During quarter 4, there are only 2 schools inspected. One had minor documentation issues that was fixed before the assessor left the campus. The other was perfect. Those were our visits for this quarter, and hopefully we continue that same path moving forward for next year.
Thank you very much, and thank you for meeting with each of us individually.
Welcome.
Captain. Okay, it's now time for board member committee updates. We'll start with Dr. Dillinger. Did you have any committee meetings?
I did. The audit committee met on July 7th to review and discuss this year's audits. We have good recommendations. And we also discussed the proposed audit schedule for 25-26. I would also like to take this time to extend my appreciation to Mr. Pavlicek, our CFO, and our Finance Director, Brandy Grovick, for their excellent work in supporting the Audit Committee, and also Dr. Mullins, and also Jared Lowe, our Budgeting Director. He has given me some tutorials, which have been very helpful. And also Jenny Ariano and Zainab Thomas for their excellent preparation and ongoing work. Those ladies are always open to suggestions. They are spot on getting things done. The meeting schedule for next year has been established, and our next quarterly meeting will be in October. That's it.
Thank you very much. Member Davis, did you have any committee meetings?
No, Chair. Not at this time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Member Sanchez.
I have the update on the Central Florida Zoo. We had a great meeting and a visit to Jacksonville Zoo. I'll be going to the Wild Oak Conservation in Yulee, Florida again, where we house many of our animals that I've been to before. It's really cool because we went there, a couple years ago, and when I just got back from Africa, it's really neat how we are the leading edge here in Florida, literally 2 hours away, where many of our animals that we are close to, just disappearing and extinction, and we are doing whatever we can to have these animals survive and bring them across to Animal Kingdom, to our zoos and everything like that. Our zoo meeting was fabulous. I want you to know there's still some summer camps available, so if you go to centralfloridazoo.org, we still have camp August 4th, 9 to 4, and that's from age 5 until I think age 12, but they're broken up into different groups. So they have a great group of educational camps there, and they're all hands-on. Also, don't forget this week is Friday, or is it Saturday? July 25th. We have, every week they have a different theme, different events, different activities. This one on this Friday is Central Florida's Black and African American Heritage event at the zoo. And that is from 5 until 8 p.m. And then August 22nd, Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage from 5 until 8, and that's August 22nd. And then I just also wanted to say a big shout out to Captain Shaw, our SROs, and our Chief Francis, and all of our fabulous deputies and captains and sergeants that are here too right now, as well as the ones that are behind the scenes that you have no idea what they do day in and day out to help our campuses, keeping them safe and secure. I know we just received a new dog recently, and she's still in training. Remember her name or his name? What was it again? Ziggy? Yeah, he's, yeah, I told you, Superintendent Beeman, he's, yeah, he still jumps. Yeah, he's big, he still jumps. He's only a year and a half old, so he's still in training, and his handler is doing a great job with him. I, of course, I'm already telling everybody, all 7 municipalities, hint, hint, need to have a dog. Hint, hint. Make it easier for Dragus and everybody else. With that, just want to wish everybody a wonderful school year. Thank all of our fabulous faculty and everybody behind the scenes for everything they do day in and day out, and wish our students a fabulous school year, a nice, successful one, and remember, we're always here for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Vice Chair.
The foundation did not meet, but the foundation executive director, Jean Van Smith, and their executive board was busy at work, as we all witnessed at the Leadership Seminole Conference. They gave out some big checks to folks for closing the gap, and are always there to support us, and looking forward to great things this coming year with the foundation. I also had the opportunity to attend a rezoning commission meeting in downtown Sanford with the Midway Coalition. So the area, if you look at Midway Elementary from Beardall, is that the street that's right in front of it? Brisson. On the right left-hand side of Midway Elementary is a retention pond and a plot of land that's been underused for years and years, with some additional funding from the county that's going to be redeveloped around there as a trail, so a recreational and exercise trail. It needed to go through some extra steps to make sure that it was zoned appropriately, but Executive Director Emery Green spoke on behalf, and we made it through that hurdle. So looking forward to continuing work. That'll be a great resource for the community of Midway, and of course that whole area is just exploding with growth. So I look forward to the opportunities for our students and families near there. And then City of Sanford, I did have the opportunity to, along with Dr. Dellinger, go to the Commissioner Wiggins monthly report, and that was where he first got to announce, that's where Principal Pfeiffer first got to announce the exceptional data, and the community was just thrilled. With Hamilton's now an A, and Seminole's a strong B, and just Markham Woods is an A, and Sanford is an A, and so many, of course, Goldsboro is an A. So many really, really great things happening in that community. Open to everyone in the county is the school supply giveaway. Mr. Bentley, is it next Thursday? So that's July 31st at the Boys and Girls Club, AKA the Belma Williams Center in historic Goldsboro, 6 p.m. And not only are there school supplies, but we'll have all of the schools from that area will be there to meet students. And I believe SAPA is usually there to talk through the options for our kids. So really, really great event. Everyone, please feel free to join us in Sanford.
Thank you very much. Oh, sorry for that. I only had 2 meetings, the Value Adjustment Board at the Seminole County Commission office. It was mostly a reorg meeting, and we voted on the magistrates that will hear the variance request for taxation. Also, the Steinway Society, please save the date, September 14th is the Steinway Gala. That's our main fundraiser. As you know, the arts programs have been hit by federal and state cuts, so they're doing whatever they can to provide pianos for underserved areas, and teachers, they're paying teachers $30 an hour to teach lessons, so it's a real opportunity to grow that program as well. And those are the only 2 committees that I had at this time. Okay, thank you for that time. Okay, we're now back up to public comments. Non-agenda items, I only have one, Miss Nina Sandberg. Good evening.
I'm Nina Sandberg. I'm wondering how much money SCPS wasted buying commercials and advertisements to lie to the public about the quality of Seminole County Public Schools. SCPS is only an A+ school district for highly advanced students who will excel no matter what. SCPS has a very negative history of attacking students with disabilities and their parents, of making life extremely difficult for them. Unfortunately, SCPS continued this negative and nasty culture again during the 2024-2025 school year. We are not allowed to talk about a malicious, unethical, and immoral legal action that SCPS took against an 8-year-old boy who had serious medical disabilities. If we attempt to actually discuss the retaliation culture in this district, we are threatened by school district attorneys. I have personally witnessed D and F quality education inside of SCPS on many different occasions. The method for hiding it is illegal retaliation, which is done to children, their parents, and even employees in order to shut them up and in order to assert corrupt power trips over them and in order to deny FAPE. SCPS needs to do better in the area of special education and of meeting the needs of students with disabilities. SCPS should not be taking malicious legal actions against handicapped children or their parents. SCPS should be doing everything it can to meet the needs of the disabled community. SCPS needs to become an A+ school district for the handicapped community instead of a D or F quality school district. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That concludes public comment. Board members, any final comments? Mr. Johnson, did you need a session or no?
Yeah, I'm going to defer that discussion to a later time, please.
Okay, thank you. Vice Chair?
I'm looking out at our phenomenal staff, and I think almost everyone has had a shout out, except teaching and learning. and this is all about teaching and learning. So I just want to say thank you so much to the fabulous work that Mike Alba and his team is doing. You're the heartbeat of this organization. Thank you.
Thank you very much. With no further business, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Okay. Like a quick minute.